Supreme Chancellor Vexari of the Galactic Confederation read the human transmission for the third time, his scaled fingers trembling slightly against the holographic display. Around the circular chamber, representatives from 47 star systems murmured in disbelief and outrage. "This is unprecedented," hissed Ambassador Skeltar from the reptilian hegemony. "A single world species issuing ultimatums to the entire galaxy." The message was brief, transmitted on all frequencies in every known galactic language. "This is Earth's final warning. Any further military action against human territory or colonies will result in complete annihilation of the aggressor species. We have shown restraint thus far. That ends now." Chancellor Vexari stood, his imposing figure casting shadows across the assembly floor. The humans have become insufferably arrogant since their victory over the Kethmori Empire 6 months ago. One defensive battle, and they believe themselves masters of the galaxy. The Kethmori invasion had indeed been a shock. A 200-ship armada reduced to scattered debris within hours by a species that had barely achieved interstellar travel. But the Confederation's analysts had concluded it was a fluke-lucky preparation combined with Kethmori overconfidence. "Their warning mentions our recent activities," observed Councillor Threshek of the Silicon Collective, his crystalline body refracting the chamber's light. "Perhaps they refer to our enforcement actions in the Proxima sector." Those enforcement actions had involved the systematic destruction of 3 human colonies that had refused to submit to Confederation taxation. Standard procedure for non-compliant worlds. The humans had protested, of course, but protests were easily ignored. "Let them rage," Vexari declared. "What can one primitive world do against the combined might of 47 civilizations? We have fleets that number in the thousands." The decision was unanimous. The Confederation would demonstrate galactic order by crushing the upstart humans once and for all. Admiral Korethel commanded the largest military force in recorded galactic history. 15,000 warships from 23 different species, converging on Earth from multiple vectors. Intelligence suggested the humans had perhaps 50 defensive platforms around their homeworld. The odds were so overwhelming that many fleet commanders treated the mission as a victory parade. "Target acquired," reported the tactical officer aboard Korethel's flagship. "One planet, minimal orbital defenses detected." "Sir, I'm reading some unusual energy signatures from the dark side of their moon, but..." The moon opened. Not metaphorically. The entire lunar surface split along hidden seams, revealing a hollow interior packed with the largest weapons platforms anyone had ever seen. The moon wasn't Earth's natural satellite. It was humanity's ultimate defensive installation, disguised for millennia. "Impossible," Korethel breathed, watching his tactical display light up with thousands of new contacts. "How long have they been?" The first wave of lunar weaponry struck the Confederation fleet before the Admiral could finish his sentence. These weren't the conventional energy weapons or kinetic projectiles that defined galactic warfare. These were weapons that unmade matter at the quantum level, turning proud warships into expanding clouds of fundamental particles. But the moon was only the beginning. Mars revealed itself to be another weapons platform, its rusty surface opening to expose planetary-scale railguns. The asteroid belt suddenly swarmed with automated defense drones, not hundreds, but millions, each one carrying enough firepower to level a city. "Sir," the communications officer screamed over the chaos of battle, "I'm detecting massive energy signatures throughout the system. Jupiter, Saturn, they're not planets." Admiral Korethel stared in horror as Jupiter's great red spot began to glow. The gas giant was a disguise for something else, entirely a stellar engineering project that defied comprehension. The spot expanded, revealing itself as the aperture of a weapons system, powered by the planet's entire mass. The Confederation fleet, 15,000 strong just minutes before, was being systematically annihilated by a solar system that had been transformed into the galaxy's most sophisticated military installation. "Fall back," Kurothal ordered, but there was nowhere to run. Human ships, real ships, not disguised planets, emerged from hyperspace behind the fleet. These vessels moved with impossible precision, their weapon systems unlike anything in galactic databases. The humans had been studying galactic technology for far longer than anyone realized. Every trade agreement, every diplomatic contact, every sample of alien materials had been carefully analyzed and improved upon. Where other species had spent millennia perfecting individual technologies, humans had taken the best from every civilization and combined them into something entirely new. Within 6 hours, the greatest military force in galactic history had been reduced to scattered survivors fleeing in terror. Admiral Kurothal found himself aboard a crippled escape pod, broadcasting his final report to the Confederation Council. "They were never a primitive species," he gasped into the communicator as human patrol ships closed in around him. "They were pretending. Earth isn't their homeworld, it's their fortress. They've been watching us, learning from us, preparing for this day." The transmission cut off as the escape pod was captured. Back on Earth, President Sarah Mitchell stood in the Situation Room, watching holographic displays show the destruction of the Confederation fleet. Around her, military advisors waited for orders. "Ma'am," General Thompson said quietly, "their capitals are defenseless. We could end this war in days." Mitchell nodded slowly. The galaxy had ignored Earth's warning, had dismissed humanity as irrelevant primitives. Now they would learn what humans had really been doing during their supposed primitive centuries. "Begin Phase 2, she ordered. "Full galactic offensive. Show them what annihilation actually means." Across human space, fleets that had been hidden for generations began to move. The war that followed would reshape the galaxy forever, and everyone would remember that Earth had given them one chance to choose peace. They had chosen poorly.